Hey everyone, Brandon here. So today we're going to do an honest review on the LifeFuels Smart Bottle. It has been a journey. I think I've been using it a little over a month now. Actually, I think closer to 2 months because I'm starting to run out of pods. But I am not getting any more pods currently because of the new Stevia pods that I have. I don't use as much because if you use the 2 shots that's recommended, it is way overpowering, at least to my taste buds, so I keep the 1 shot. And, you know, I can get away with roughly 2 to 3 bottles a day of it being flavored. Sometimes I just drink regular water or seltzer water out of this without adding any flavors. So, I will go over the goods and then the bads and then what I think LifeFuels should do for the next version of this bottle. And let's get into it. So the good thing is it does what it says it does. It helps you drink. It helps you drink water, you know, whether it's flavored or not. You know, this big contraption right here, it tells you, hey, you know, drink some water. Right now, I think I'll get a sip anyways because I need a little water. But currently I have no flavoring in it, and I'm not going to put any because we'll just go into a bad right now. Is you press the button, you press and hold, and it gives you 2 shots. It doesn't give you 1 shot, so if I decided to put flavoring in this, I would have to use the app currently. But, you know, since I'm sitting here, the phone's up there, and then, you know, I can't do it. So that would be something I would see them fixing in the future, and I'll explain later what my thought is on that. So, it helps you drink. That's a great thing. The engineering of it, it's good and then it's bad. You know, for a version 1.0, it's a pretty good constructed bottle. And then the flavors are pretty dang good. This was my favorite. This was the blackberry lime. Even though you had to use 2 shots, it did have a good flavor to it. The next was the strawberry mango. This was all right. It wasn't flavored enough for my taste buds. So, you know, you got a hint of it, but it wasn't huge. And then I had the cranberry raspberry. That was horrible for me. I mean, I just couldn't get any flavor out of it. I used 2 shots. I could have probably used more, but I didn't want to just waste it. In the end, it was horrible. So, that was definitely my least favorite so far. Right now, I have dragon fruit, blackberry ACAI, and I believe peach. Yes, peach. And the peach is by far my favorite. It is great. The dragon fruit, I'm not too keen about. I'm not sure if it's the caffeine or not. I don't know if you can really even taste caffeine. I've never had just raw caffeine. But the dragon fruit, it just has an interesting flavor. You know, it's all right, but it's not really good. And then the blackberry ACAI, it's fairly decent. But peach overall is my favorite. I am going to start washing these out and using them to create my own little flavors, because I think overall these are a little too overpriced. You know, it's $9.99 for the basic ones. If you don't do a subscription, I think it's $8.34 if you do the subscription, so you don't get too much savings for that. And I think overall they're just too overpriced. If we're gonna see something $7.50 for no subscription, $5 for subscription, I see that as being fair overall. It just costs too much. It just costs too much overall for the flavors if you have to use 2 shots, which is 2 milliliters. Luckily, For the Stevia sweetened ones, I only have to use 1 shot, so they will last longer than the no sweetener flavors. And I'm not sure about any of the rest. So, good thing, helps me drink. I've been drinking a lot more water lately than soda. You know, I think I've said this in the past. I drank 2 liters of soda a day. I am now working on cutting soda out and just having it for on the weekends, where I just drink water throughout the week. Carbonated water mainly is what I like. But let's go into the bads. 1, if you ever get this bottle, you'll know it's too fat. They either need to go up or they need to cut down. And I have thought about this, actually, and instead of using these, they could technically go into like more of a square shape, and that would actually save a lot. If you could do a square shape, I'm sure you could fit 3 square shapes in there and have it halfway and then come down about like that and make the bottle skinnier so it can fit in cup holders. That would be great. The next bad thing is that it leaks sometimes. If you just put, if you put regular water or carbonated water, you know, and it's like that, sometimes it will leak out of the little slits at the top, which I'm not sure why they did the little slits. If you just put regular water in it, and then you press the button to squirt up the juice, there's no way there's enough pressure in this where it, you know, it's going to cause too much pressure. You know, I mean, unless you're going to put like 10 shots in this, I don't see how it can get enough pressure. I, though, put carbonated water. They don't recommend you put in carbonated water, but I do it anyways because I rather have carbonated water, seltzer water, whatever, club soda, whatever you want to call it, in the bottle. And it does occasionally, when you put like fresh seltzer water, it does need a little pressure release, so that's why you got your little bulb, and then you have the little slits, and you can hear the carbonation coming out if there's too much of it, regardless. And it does have a nice little pop once in a while. I know when I put in fresh carbonated water, you know, I twist it, it pops, it does a little smoky smoke up here, and then sometimes I notice that it like kind of releases, but not really at the bottom here. And I mean, it's no problem for me, but maybe for someone that doesn't want to, you know, risk their life opening up a cap. No, it's actually not that bad, but it does make a pop sound if you have fresh seltzer. Like, this isn't too fresh, so it just opens up. So that's the bad thing. Let's see. I would like to see a battery indicator for the next version of this. You know, sometimes you don't know how much battery is left unless you actually look at the app. So it'd be nice if they put like some like push button battery indicator that had like a level on the side. That would be pretty cool, so you could say, oh yeah, I need to charge it. Another bad thing is, like I said, the button. You know, you press it, the light turns on, you press and hold again, and it shoots up 2 milliliters or 4, whatever is coded in the RFIDs. I assume that's what these are on the bottom. It's a circuit of some sort. And it shoots up 2. I would like to see in the future, maybe if they press it, you hold it for 1 second, it gives you 1 shot. You hold it for 2, it gives you 2, etc., etc. That would be something I would like to see in the future for the next version. Another bad thing, and I don't know why they did this. We're in 2020 now, and the micro USB ports are leaving, and thank God they are, because they're horrible. Any electronic I've had with the micro USB has, you know, broke whether it's usually port failure, which is pretty horrible, but they could have invested maybe 15-20 cents extra to put a USB-C port in, which would be nice because who wants to carry around 2 chargers with them everywhere? That's one thing I would have to do. I do have a micro USB in my car, and then I have a USB-C port charging cable in my car as well. But that's something I would like to see. Just get rid of the micro USB. We don't need it. Go with the USB-C port and be done with it. So it needs to be skinnier, obviously. And that leads me to another problem that I think is pretty horrible. I don't know what the design was or who actually approved it, but this is kind of unacceptable. I'm not sure if you can see all the liquid or not, but these things leak. They leak out a lot of juice, and it's because of the backflow. I don't know if you can see that on the bottom, but there's probably at least 1 milliliter of liquid that is from the backflow that has leaked down through the bottle. And hopefully this little power/reset button is waterproof, because, you know, that thing's covered in juice a lot. And I would hate to see that go bad after a while. So one thing I decided, well, why didn't they do this? So if let's say you decided you changed the pods to like a square, and then you kept the top. So what you could have done is they use a pump, obviously. I don't know if it's 1 pump or 3 pumps. It's probably 3 pumps altogether. What they could have done is they could have had like a little hose that came down with some slack. And, you know, the hose comes like maybe out to there. And then what you would do is you would just screw it on here. And then that would make a perfect seal, unlike how it is right now. You know, you put it up there, you twist, it's supposed to lock in, but obviously it's not sealing well if I have all this liquid that leaks from each one. It's not just one pod, it's all 3 of them, and they always leak. So that's another bad thing. Do I recommend it? It's hard to say if I recommend it. I mean, the downfall to it mainly is the fact that it has that leaking liquid, so you're losing money because, you know, you're not getting your full 30 milliliters. I'm not sure how much liquid from a pod gets lost out of the whole 30 milliliters, but I'd say it's probably between 1 and 2 milliliters that you lose from each pod, so that kind of sucks. It's too fat, so obviously it doesn't fit in cup holders, which, I mean, that can be a deal breaker for some people. Luckily, I have a Kia Soul that has a pretty big side pocket when I'm driving, so I just throw it in the side pocket, but I would really wish that it was skinnier so it would fit in the cup holder, instead of going down and grabbing the bottle all the time. The lanyard was perfectly engineered. At first I didn't understand it, but I do now. It's the fact that you have an anchor point here and then you have an anchor point down here, so that's why it can hold up to 50 pounds. I mean, you wouldn't need that, but because this is never going to weigh 50 pounds. So, I mean, that's pretty cool how that is. But do I recommend it? I would say if you want to invest in LifeFuels, then I would recommend buying one just so they can redesign later on and make a version 2.0. But you never know if they're actually going to come out with a version 2.0. Like I said, the pods are pretty expensive. I would say if they cut down on the price, $7.50 for regular buying or $5 for a subscription, I would do it. And I would recommend it. Even though it has all these issues, I would still recommend it. If your goal is to get vitamins in your system. Maybe you're doing a pre-workout system, or you need some caffeine through the day, or, you know, you just need to drink more water. It's a good product for that. But with all the flaws, you know, you have to weigh it, you know. With all the flaws that it has, is it worth buying? At the price point, I don't think it is. At the price that you buy this, it is not worth it. So, I'm not sure how long they're going to have the deal, or if it's a continuous deal, but if you buy the bottle, and then you buy the subscription, which comes with 3 pods, for $99, I still don't think it's worth it. And if you buy the bottle just for $150, well, it's definitely not worth it then. At the current version that they have, I would say this bottle is probably worth between $50 and $75. With all the issues and problems with it, $50 to $75. I wouldn't go out there and spend $100 on this. I did because, you know, I thought it'd be a great idea. And it is a great idea, except it has all the problems. Rated the 1 to 10, I would probably give it around a 6. Just because, and it's that high just because it serves its purpose. You know, I drink more water, and that's the perfect thing. Now, if you didn't have the money to spend, I wouldn't go spend it. I would just go out and, you know, maybe make your own concoction of flavoring, which is going to take a little science and taste testing for me, and then put it in like a little squirt bottle and then squirt enough in. Or if, you know, you could just drink regular water with no flavoring, that always works as well. But that's all I have for you. This is my honest review on this LifeFuels Smart Bottle. Hopefully in the future we will see version 2.0. I probably won't buy the version 2.0 because I spent so much money on the 1.0 version. But if they decided, they're like, you know what, Brandon, since you gave us all these ideas and we implemented them, we're going to give you a free bottle. I'll take it and I'll review it again and, you know, do the unboxing and all that. Sure, I'll do that, but I have to be honest. So, right now, invest in it if you want to invest in the company. Don't buy it if you know, you are going to, if a version 2.0 comes out, I would buy it then if you want to wait. But you never know if a version 2.0 is going to come out. So, that's all I had to say. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like, subscribe, comment, I appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye and take care.